So Clark Caton Hintz, our role is the architect of record for the restoration. There was previous restoration efforts done in the 1990s and a wealth of information that was retained from that. Our team was brought in to do an existing conditions assessment. The primary focus of that assessment was to deal with water infiltration at the time. They were leaking and damaging some of the historic fabric. So we were able to, from that assessment, determine sort of the needs for a long-term restoration in addition to, I would say, just deferred maintenance and the fact that castles, it's quirky and it's an elaborate jewel, and buildings like that typically have extensive needs. So it's excitement, really, for me. If you're not here every day and you're only here once a week, it's marked improvement. So, you know, sometimes it's hard to see the passage of time, but if you're coming periodically, it does lead to that excitement of, oh, what's been done? You know, how close are we to finishing? Really excited to see this project through for the county, for the residents of the county and the state. And it's just that excitement when I pull up the drive.
Lambert Castle has a lot of layers. So if you look at the history of this building and this original owner, he meant it to be a showcase for his guests, for entertainment, political figures that would come through. And so all those components have to be now addressed, have to be restored. And there are so many tradesmen in here that I've gotten to know. I think one particular one I really liked was a mural that we were debating about. There was this mural on the second floor that we're like, what are we gonna do with this mural? And the contractor had a person that came through and he had a specialty that he did with murals and churches and so on. And he gave us this sample and I was just taken aback. Like, wow, we can get that up there. It just shows, I think, you know, in all the amount of layers that are being addressed. I mean, it's a full-blown restoration. I mean, nothing that I've seen before. I've actually brought other architects here to review the building, and they are just blown away by the amount of work and detail and you know, sort of the skilled labor that's going into this building to get it to where it has to go.
For what it is, it's really working really like a machine on the job. Everyone's helping each other, no one's working against each other. We are restoring something historic that'll be here and stand. I mean, after this restoration, I can't see there being any work done here for many years. I mean, we're gutting everything that we could gut to clean out. And we're also at the same time trying to keep as much possible original. The labor aspect of it is everything's either plaster and lath or concrete block. We got brick, poured concrete walls, and with the addition we have steel to contend with. And most jobs that we do are buildings, brand new buildings, steel, concrete, but they're built bare and you pull your wire, and if there's something you missed, you go back in there and there's no missing. Once they close up, floor by floor, there's no going back. And then every now and then you sit back, take a break, have a cup of coffee, and you look up and you realize what you're looking at. I mean, this is artisan, it's beautiful. When I found out this was plaster, I was dumbfounded. Even the guys doing the restoration for this stuff, they're artisans. These guys, it's incredible watching them work. Well, our stuff gets buried in walls, and you see light, whatever, but I mean, you watch these guys work, it's fascinating, it's beautiful.
Well, my company is used to doing historic renovation, but each historic renovation is slightly different. You know, building construction back in the day wasn't all exactly the same so much as it is now. So each one's got its own unique thing to it. So it's a great challenge. Good feeling to do the project. Day one at the castle, so there it sat. It was in need of repair. There's various water leaks and stuff. It had been sitting. I imagine the county figured this is time to really put some money into it and restore it. So when we first got here, we had to make an assessment on, you know, where do we start first? How do we protect the building? What's most important? First thing we did was safe off and remove all artifacts worth of value that were in the castle. Stained glass transom over every window and send them away to be redone. Some statues that are so heavy, we actually crated in place to protect them because we knew the upcoming construction might, you know, harm them. But ultimately, everybody's very happy to be here, and everybody is very glad they can contribute to this historic place.
This is insanely detailed. The labor is not, I don't even like to use the word labor, because labor seems like such a, it's kind of gritty of a word. It's more craftsmanship. It's more, they're artists, really, the things they're doing here. There's murals on this project that are getting touched up, and it's not, you're like, oh, okay, they're touching up a painting. That's not, so what? No, it's the amount of detail that it takes to touch these things up is astronomical. Basically, everything on this project is done previously by someone, and amazingly at that, but that's not to take away from what people are doing right now to make sure that that's seen today. The stonework on the outside, the cast stone that is being replicated, that the guys doing that are doing phenomenal work. They're redoing the repointing to a T to what it was before, and it's the amount of work that it takes to achieve that. To go off of something that was done so long ago and try to replicate it is not easy in any sense of the word, not easy at all. So I have a lot of kudos to the people on site today making it look good. The amount of effort that the county puts into making sure it's correct, each submittal, each material item, each paint color, each wallpaper sample, the amount of time they don't just look at something and they don't just say, yeah, that's good, and put it aside. They really want this place to look nice. We want to do this place a service. We're not doing anything shortcuts. We're not taking any corners. We're doing everything to the fullest extent and taking the detail into high consideration for everything. And we want to make sure that this place looks as beautiful as it did.